Hey, what's up guys, Pillowking here. Back with another video. This one's a little bit different, and if you can, real quick, before we go and get everything started, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you're new to the channel, hey, how's it going? If you're coming back, hey, how's it going? But this is going to be more of like a story time video, really talk about some of the people that shaped me into the way I am for Yu-Gi-Oh! And a lot of the people who, supported me, been there for me through Yu-Gi-Oh! And not just through Yu-Gi-Oh!, become as friends, things like that. And, things to that nature. Now, first person, his name is Ezekiel, goes by Ziggy. He's insanely good at the game, to be honest. And he's really lucky, too, with it. He always draws what he needs. It's crazy. He's an amazing person, though, as an overall. He's actually the reason why I can say I'm as good as I am now, or even as good as I was before and now. He's the reason why I started playing more. I just started, doing a lot more because of him. And, when I say a lot more, I mean like traveling, playtesting. Playtesting wasn't really a thing for me. My playtesting would be, locals and stuff like that. And that would be about it. But then, he introduced me to going to places and playtesting, hanging out, playtesting. We'd be out like at McDonald's till like 5 a.m. sometimes just playtesting because why not? I think that was like an ABC format. No, it wasn't ABC. It was Cosmo BA format and things like that. But he, as an overall, he's just an amazing person. He was a really big part of my life, when I was younger. And, him showing me to travel got me out of the house, which was another big thing because I really didn't, want to be home during that time because of things going on at home. And it was just some personal stuff that was happening. Maybe later on I'll talk about it, but for right now, we'll keep it more Yu-Gi-Oh based if we can. But yeah, a big thing going on, back then was him, showing me how to be better. Him acting like he's, I guess a role model for Yu-Gi-Oh, which is another big thing because I did look up to him. For a long time during Yu-Gi-Oh, he did end up going to like Orlando, I believe, or he stopped playing for a bit. And at that point, I diverged, found like another group to play, and of course, I still talk to him and stuff like that. And I was talking to him like literally a couple days ago during the remote duel extravaganza, because we were both playing Zoo and stuff like that, and he was helping me out, helping me do my remote duel setup. As an overall amazing person, he's always been there for me, and he really helped me get a lot better from where I was before to, now. And I really always appreciate that, and I'll never forget it. The next person, probably, I wouldn't say, well, like the second most important. No, it's the next person, my friend Willie. So Willie is one of the most kind people I ever met. He is also very sassy. He can be sometimes. Sassy in regard, it's, I don't know how to, like, there's no other way to describe it than sassy. He is one of the most genuinely nice people I ever met, and not the fake nice. I really mean genuinely nice. His family is just so wonderful too. They're always, inviting. I haven't really, I don't really get invited anymore because I haven't really been as active as I used to be, because of COVID, and stuff. But literally, like, for example, like if something's going on, like even if like I guess money would be a good example. They're relatively well off, I'll say. But if I ever need anything, he is always there to step in. He'll tell me, if I need something, go ahead and let him know. It's like it's little things like that that really get to me. And I don't need. Most of the time I don't need it. I can always find a way. But it's just stuff like that that is so nice. And I can say, Willie is the reason, like, is the definitive reason now that I'm good. Ezekiel definitely helped, but Willie is definitely the reason why, because that man and I play tested so much, especially during True Draco format. There was a night I was over at his house. We spent like hours just play testing the mirror for True Draco because we were slapping around Zoo. It never mattered. But as an overall, Willie is just one of the most amazing people I've ever met, and I'm so glad to have been able to meet him and call him a friend. He is like a brother to me. He's one of my best friends, especially when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh! And he is definitely one of the most friendly people I ever met, and he's really good too. It's not just that he's he's really nice. He's actually insanely good at Yu-Gi-Oh! Too. He's super sacky. He always draws really well for the most part, unless if him and I play in tournament, he just draws super awful, and then I'll just punt the game somehow. um, but yeah, he is definitely one of my favorite people that I have ever interacted with, and or even not even regarding Yu-Gi-Oh, just in Yu-Gi-Oh, just really in general, because you don't meet a lot of genuinely nice people anymore, and meeting him and his family has really just been a blessing for me, and I am so happy that I was able to do that because you just don't get that kind of kindness out of anyone anymore, and it's genuine kindness, and it's just such a nice feeling as well. But yeah, Willie is definitely one of my favorite people I have met through Yu-Gi-Oh. I can say that much. The next one, people probably already know about him. His name is Hunter Lloyd. He so I remember when he first came in to Past Present Future, which is our locals, and he came in. I think he had most of BA. He just moved from California. He was relatively young. I was probably like 17, maybe 16. And I let him borrow a couple BA cards, and I didn't really mind because it was whatever. This guy tops with it immediately, and I think then I was like, hey, because we had like a team at that time. I was like, hey, I want this kid in our group. I really believe he's genuinely great. And I was not wrong. Hunter is he is absolutely insane right now, as people have seen. Because for one, he is one of the best deck builders I have ever seen. This man can make a deck out of anything. It literally doesn't matter. He has made me so many good decks, it's just absolutely nutty. And then his actual skill during the game really shows. He's topped events and stuff like that too. So it's not just luck. He doesn't just play control decks. He makes combo decks. He makes the best control decks, mid-range decks, anything you can really think about. This kid just makes it. And I don't mean kid because he's definitely, I think he's like 18 now, but it's still like, oh, he's actually older than that, probably 19. But it's still like I am so happy to see where he has came from, especially he just moved here. Now he's one of the best play. I can say he's probably one of the best players in Florida, if I'm being honest. He's very good, absolutely insane. Understands the game so well. I don't really have any complaints. He's really nice as well. If I'm being honest, he does sometimes get in his feelings, but that doesn't really matter. He's always nice to everyone he meets for the most part. Unless you're being rude to him. And I say that's fair game. We do butt heads sometimes, and it's happened. But at the end of the day, him and I are still good friends. I consider him like a little brother, and having that friendship, I wouldn't trade it for the world. Him and Willie have just been absolutely amazing. I've come in and out of the game because of things that have happened before, and they have supported me every single time, let me borrow things when I needed it, literally probably making an entire deck for me as well. And it's just absolutely crazy the amount of generosity that those two have given me, and I literally have cried about it before because no one, they didn't need to do any of those things. They did it because I'm their friend, and that feels so good, and it really shows on how good of people they really are. But enough about them. Another amazing person I've met through Yu-Gi-Oh! His name is David Trochez. This guy can light up a room instantly. His smile is infectious. I can say that much. He is one of the I don't even want to say one of the nicest. He is absolutely one of the most energetic people I have ever met in my life. Not only is he so kind, he's generous, kind, but the amount of energy he just brings to a room is absolutely wild. He'll come in and everyone gets hype. And he, even if they're not hype when he walks in, he'll make them hype. He's an overall really good player. Definitely one of the nicer people as well, He's nice, he's funny. I have no complaints, and he has stuck by me through everything, and I love this guy. He's wonderful. I love all my friends over here, but he has, definitely been with me through a lot. And I am so appreciative of David as well because he is just so nice, and like the energy he brings around is just so good. The next person, his name is Orion. This guy is hilarious. This guy, if he's winning, losing, or just you're sitting with him, it's always funny. He brings such positivity everywhere, and I remember seeing him when he first came in. I think he started playing ABC and Fluffles, and then now he's literally one of the best players at our locals. And he plays really well against all the good people as well. Good being a loose term, obviously, but he plays well versus everyone. He never lets anything really get to him during a duel. He might get a little bit salty here and there, but as an overall, it's like the way this man thinks with deck building and what he can do, he just, oh my gosh. Not to mention he loves prank kids. He is not giving up on that deck. I think he stopped now finally after it, but when the Link 1 came out, he was so happy to play it because he did really well with the deck too. I think it was it an ARG or was it a ARG or a PPG event? I forgot, but he goes there, tops of prank kids, and even though that deck just, he loves it so much, but it just bricks him so much. I felt bad, and this is before the Link 1 and stuff like that, obviously, because I said ARG. And it was just, he does not give up on a deck. He makes it good, which is another amazing quality about him that I do love. But, my favorite part is he's just a genuinely good time. He's always funny, and he's always about having the most fun. And I just really like that. About him, and it really helps bring up the energy at locals, or if we're all just sitting doing nothing. Yeah. The next one his name is Kenny. So I have known Kenny since I started going to locals. He was playing Black Wings, I think. I've known him ever since. He's a really nice person. He also, same as Orion, he sticks to the decks. He played ABC and BA till they were ran into the ground. Then did it with Salad too. And then I finally convinced him to play Invoked. But he was making them work. He's one of the most sackiest people I have ever met in my life. Like, even sackier than Willie on a lot of occasions. The only thing is sometimes he lets going against, we'll say good players. He lets going against good players get to him, unfortunately, and, causes some misplays. I think once he irons out just little things like, I think maybe taking a little more time for his plays and things like that, and not letting, and this is one thing, and Kenny, you're going to say something about this to me when you see this, but do not let other players walk over you. If you have a hand trap, you tell them to wait. I don't care. Once you iron out those little things, just be more interactive with your opponent and stuff. I think you'll be one of the best players, out of the locals just for that reason. Because for one, you're sacky as shit. Like, you really are, and you know it too. And you're playing a deck that's so amazingly... you play a deck that has really good chances to see all their engines. So I don't see why, you're not doing the best possible. But as an overall, Kenny, has always given me a positive experience. He's always been there with me as well, which is another nice thing. He's always helped me if I needed cards, things like that. I have no complaints about this guy. He's just a genuinely amazing person. He is super nice, and he is pretty funny as well. I can say that much about him. And, I've known him since I was probably like 14, maybe a year younger or so. I don't know. I can say, wow, this guy is not playing, by the way. But, as an overall, genuinely great person. Zero complaints, 10 out of 10. Would recommend as a good friend. Last person, his name is Chris. Christopher Lopez. So, I met him through Yu-Gi-Oh! And he has became my best friend, in real life as well. I play with him, like, literally every day, playing really, video games and stuff like that. We're in a Discord call every day. He has helped me through a lot of really rough times in my life. And you don't understand how much I appreciate that, Chris. And you're probably going to be watching this. There's a tear going down my eye right now. But you have made my life so amazing. You have helped me out through so many things. I really appreciate it. You're so funny, and I really look up to you as a person. And I strive to be, that funny like you are. You know, you really make you just make a whole, like, whenever we're in Discord and we could be all just being silent, and you'll literally just start a conversation out of nowhere and everyone gets involved. And you'll always be the starter for these things. Like, I may do the calls, but you're the one that gets everybody talking and things like that. And I want to be like that. Unfortunately, I'm not yet, at least, but I really do want to be like that. I do look up to you as like an older brother figure as well, if you didn't know it. I genuinely care about you so much, and I'm so happy to call you my best friend. Yeah. I'm not good at this stuff, if y'all haven't noticed. I've been blabbering on through the video. But yeah, those people have, really affected my life, for the most part, pretty heavily. I can say that, made me want to continue playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Unfortunately, Chris doesn't play Yu-Gi-Oh! Anymore, and I really wish he would, but he has good reason not to, so I can't really complain. But, as an overall, like I said, yeah, these are the people that have really affected me. Ezekiel got me in there. Willie ironed out everything that Ezekiel did, and, they made me a pretty good player, I can say that much. I'm pretty competent, I would say. Oh, they just disconnected. That's cool. Here, you guys can see a Plunder, or a UA, versus a Link Turbo, we'll call it. But, yeah, like, I do enjoy doing these types of videos, so with my channel right now, I want to keep it moving forward. I'm not, to be honest, I don't really care too much about monetization. It'd be cool to get it, but, it's not something I'm really gunning for. I just want to, my whole point with making this channel is I wanted to make content I wanted to see. When I was, younger, I can say I looked up to, a couple of YouTubers, looking up being a loose term. But really, how do I say? I looked up to, if you saw your Yu-Gi-Oh channel, DPYGO. I love how their content wasn't just straight deck profiles. They did other stuff. Like, your Yu-Gi-Oh channel did a bunch of, to be honest, there's too many different things. He did card lore. He did deck profiles too, but it didn't really happen as often. He did replays. He did a lot of cool stuff, and it really, it was one thing that resonated with me. And that's the kind of stuff I wanted to see. And, that's why I wanted to do more different types of things on my channel. I'm not the best at video editing yet, as you guys can tell. I'll get there eventually. But it's not something that, I can do as of right now. I'm still learning. Chris just showed me how to do more Photoshop stuff for the thumbnail for this video, actually. And, yeah, I want this channel to move forward, get as far as we can. I'm not in, like I said, I'm not in a rush for monetization or anything. But, yeah. That's really everything. If you did like the video, you want to see more, like, any sort of story time things, go ahead and let me know. It's super appreciated. As well as, if you can, go ahead and go to the description. I'll have my Discord. Go ahead and join the Discord server, and that way we can all interact a little bit easier with each other. And if you have any decks you want to see specifically, or you have a video idea, you can tell me there directly. I respond a lot faster over Discord, especially because I'm on my computer like 90% of the time. But yeah, take it easy.